trigger first. Erusia deployed an automatic intercept system with drones. Ocean implemented long-range attacks to bypass them.
All right.
So Erusia decided to sabotage.
Sorry for that. I was making sure the mic worked. We're doing Ace Combat 7. I'm thinking I'm going to stream 2 days, minimum of 2 hours if I can do it.
Half of their satellites were hijacked.
I'm thinking right now the games I will do were just the games I have installed on my Xbox. For simplicity reasons. Probably next I will do what's on my PS4.
Their destruction created
Excuse me, you know, dinner, lunch, whatever. I made a roast in the slow cooker. Oh, it came out great. It's perfectly tender and moist. Oh my God, when you get like that perfectly moist, tender roast, sweet Jesus, is it amazing? But I'm thinking I'm gonna try and do it around 3. Although chances are it won't. So I'll do it Sunday and Wednesday with a lot, I know, but still. It gives me a break in between. Sunday and Wednesday, about 5:30 Eastern Standard Time US.
As for why some of OC's military decided to break off from the main force and continue on their own, I have no idea.
Yeah, that's that.
There was some sort of dispute over the chain of command. The continent that had once seen wars that were only fought between Osea and Erusia was now full of numerous conflicts between rival leaders vying for power. Insurgencies were everywhere. I even heard a rumor that a group of Osean convicts had rebelled. Rumors. It never ceased to amaze me that even at a crazy time like this, something as trivial as a rumor could find its way here.
Huh. We're getting close to the end of the game. Well, the main story of the game. I'm hoping, because I remember there was some DLC released, mainly skins, maybe a couple of plans, I don't remember.
Even with their GPS offline, they can
oh, hell, what was it? There might have been a thing where, like, it was a big update. Hell, I'd pay for it if it was DLC, I wouldn't care. For the game that was, like, I don't know. It was a rumor. It might have been said in someone's thing. I'd have to look it up, but it might be more story DLC. Frankly, I would love that. More like planes, if you will. More planes would be pretty cool. I love for them to actually update the multiplayer a bit, like do a co-op campaign, or do the multiplayer in a more standard, like, format. So, like, the example I'm gonna give here is Call of Duty. Call of Duty has a thing where you do multiplayer matchmaking. It puts you in a room, if you will, with a bunch of other players. A map is randomly selected based off of parameters, and there you go. You know, you have your loadouts for whatever. I wish something similar for this. You could definitely do that, but I think I mentioned it before. But the problem is, and it was slightly less of an issue with Infinity, but the problem was
we will follow the strategy that was originally
you have to build a room.
After liberating Farbanti. Let's get to it.
You have to create a room, okay?
We've been receiving communications
and what then happens is you have to hope someone joins you, so you could be waiting for a while. And remember, this is already a niche game. So
the officer is currently hiding in the
yeah.
of Bakerhead Bay, having joined up with support dispatch from the Osean Army. The plan is that they'll take a standard vehicle to a rendezvous point at a harbor in the east part of the city, where a helicopter will be waiting. I would like the new Strider Squadron to provide escort for the officer. Cyclops will remain at the base on standby to serve as defense. With the communication network currently
If I buy, I own it on PC, but if I buy Project Wingman again, it'll be on Xbox. I don't know if it'll go on PlayStation. I mean, PlayStation has some weird rules regarding games on their platform to get on their platform. Like, there are some games that are actually really good that you would think would be great on the PlayStation platform, but then they don't let them on or something. I think it was an old Jimquisition I heard this from, but then there's Gilson B. Pontos. They let him on, and he said watch those videos on your own time, but I do highly suggest the Jim Sterling YouTube channel in general, as just general consumer advocacy, among other things. There was a really good video James Stephanie Sterling did on microtransactions and how they affected people. I never really partook in them, if at all. Maybe once or twice, but beyond that, almost never. Wait, hang on. Briefing. I didn't see the details for what type. Go away. Okay, so we don't know what's what around here. I mean, I can do the F-35. Alright, so that's the F-15. Oh, this is the F-15E, mind you. So, unguided bombs that release multiple smaller bombs after a certain time has passed. Affects their speed. Now, see, I think this guy should have, like, air-to-ground missiles in some respect. That's C. Alright. What does... Well, let's go to the store. And then, okay. Large air-to-surface missile. 30,000! So we'll go with the Hornet. Shit! Nope. We're gonna have to leave and then come back. God damn it. I hate it when that happens. It's like, you leave, it's like going into a World of Tanks game without ammo. You feel naked without it. I wish I had some potatoes. Some, like, to make mashed potatoes with. Because you just boil the potatoes for... Let's get rid of that. Quit mission. So you basically, you can peel them if you want. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. If it's like a big potato, I'll peel it. But if it's like small ones, I won't. Continue. We already saw that. But you just let them boil. It's best to cut them up into smaller pieces. So this is a whatever. So we don't know exactly what's what yet. Start mission. The 18. I might, just because... I'd do that one. Just because we don't know what's what, and I don't want to blow something up that I shouldn't, so... Standard missile flight speed. Multiple... Anti-stealth, onboard self-def... reduces... Oh, yeah, no, that'll definitely be helpful. Now we're gonna go in the Hornet here. I'm gonna drink some of my tea.
Unidentified Osean craft. This is Captain Carl of the Osean Army.
Captain Carl.
You're not the squadron I was expecting. Are you really friendlies? Over.
This is Longcaster. Airborne warning and control system for the Osean Long-Range Strategic Strike Group. Captain Carl, they're on our side.
And those two pilots we've heard about must be here too.
Okay, I hope you're right. Longcaster, are all of these really unknowns?
It's a state of civil war. The Erusian army is fighting itself. There's no guarantee the Oseans won't shoot us in this confusion.
We'll image process the unknowns caught in your cams to identify friend or foe. The process will be faster if you get a close-up, well-centered image.
Meanwhile, we just run if they shoot us, right?
Affirmative. Always identify your target before you fire.
War is something I'll never get used to. But tonight has been a total shock. The city under martial law. Gunfire and the roar of jets echoing through the streets.
Give me Strider Squadron's IDs. Oh, and hand me that sandwich.
So you were the ones on the radio. We don't know our location. Give us orders.
We have no orders, but we do have ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Roger that. We'll look for our way home.
Entering the Anchorhead Bay area. Buildings will block your line of sight. Make sure to keep track of your objective.
How this war ends depends on this mission. I'm counting on you.
Understood. Strider 1, target acquired. Strider Squadron, identify the unknowns along
This mission's a little bit tricky, isn't it?
in gun range.
It is not machines that make the decisions in war. It's people. Understand that.
Strider 1, missile launched. It's Erusian.
They are responding aggressively.
General, if they're conservatives, they'll listen to us. The negotiations were a success, Longcaster. They've opened up a path for us. The more the merrier.
I have to be careful. I can't go all crazy and half-cocked, if you know what I mean.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
We can't see the tops of the roofs from down here. Be on the lookout for enemy ambushes.
Yeah, I'm kind of in the middle of something, my dude.
Which faction is the head of our organization? We need to know at once.
ID'd as Osean forces. This is AWACS for the LRSSG.
Our info has been updated.
We made it through the Anchorhead Bay area. We're heading along Highway 208 under the bridge. We're taking the coastal highway at the next ramp.
All right.
There's a strict curfew, but people gather at bars and other places to learn what's going on.
Missile.
Stop it! No!
There's an us to pay a toll? Get closer and find out if it's an enemy vehicle.
We'll go. Let's go.
We archived all the footage that we've shot, but when the communication networks come back online,
there's a vehicle blocking the road. No response to hails. Some radicals.
stay upside down.
Trigger, missile incoming.
Yep, I'm well aware.
Target destroyed.
Nice work. That takes care of that one. We're heading for the highway. Thanks to you, we got out of paying that toll.
This is AWACS Argus, and those who can hear us are our allies. Your new orders are to dispose of Eduard Labarth. The Osean Army officer with him is an imposter.
We're almost at landfill number 7. If we can make it through, we'll be in arm's reach of the rendezvous at Gruner Park.
Captain Carl, do you have the means to record this conversation? I wish to explain to you the situation inside Erusia.
I'm sure the boys listening upstairs will record it.
The open declaration of war, expanding the front lines, was all the work of some young Erusian officers. They were referred to as the Radicals, but there was an unseen force guiding them. It was technology they borrowed from the Belkans. When they actually went to war, the performance of the attack drones exceeded their wildest dreams. And they were incredibly clean, which got public opinion and the opportunists within the military on their side. They even manipulated the princess. The Belkan technology advanced UAV research within the Erusian Flight Test Center by at least 10 years. They used the flight data from a former ace pilot to create drone AI, but to us it's no different than magic or alchemy. Airplanes are meant to be flown by human beings. For those of you listening in, am I wrong?
It's not wrong.
Towards Gruner Park. Rendezvous point is the helipad on this man-made island. We'll ditch the car and take the helicopter from there.
Target is in range of guns.
I kind of like flying it. I've actually seen F-18s up close, and they are actually really, really nice planes.
Members of a military group calling itself the Free Erusians. An unknown is blocking our scheduled route.
No response. Got a bad feeling.
Hostile has a lock.
Vehicle eliminated.
Get them before they get us! Aircraft with scratches on your tails will be punished for your sins.
Missile, don't let it touch you!
Thanks. We would have been toast.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Captain Carl, we have a new rendezvous point. New coordinates are as follows. 263 Tango 4, 1999 Delta Lima. Rescue team says hostiles are making the area too dangerous.
Well, yeah. Don't they know nowhere is safe?
Even in a time of war, it was a mistake to create something like the beam.
So?
Our capital's fall has led to another power struggle within the Erusian military.
It's all gone to hell. Even radio chatters about the Civil War. Radio? You have one in your cockpit? Yeah, ever since my previous squadron. I've got it taped, nice and secure.
We're about to cross Anchor Bridge. There'll be nowhere to hide.
That was something.
Bridge is being blocked off by a tank. This isn't good. An armored vehicle's behind us. It's a vehicle used by the Erusian forces. Take it out!
Trigger, our VIP is in trouble. Clear the way for him.
Taking fire! Take care of them!
Those guys shooting up there, aren't they both Oseans?
Take out Eddie in autonomous mode.
I'm hit! Get this guy off my back!
Well, dude.
I didn't think we were gonna make it, but you saved us. Thanks.
Ocean forces at landfill number 7. This is AWACS Longcaster.
That vehicle is one of ours! Cease fire! He is both
incidents among Osean forces. There are even rumors of permanents turning on former allies.
Right.
The main conflict concluded. Regional forces in the center, south, and east struggle over stabilization of the nation. Vehicle confirmed destroyed. Launched.
For peace talks. Please, watch out for peace from the high heavens.
The general's vehicle is under attack. Our VIP is taking fire.
I am aware of that.
Fire! We can't hold off! We made it somehow. Try to get off your ass a little faster next time. We're coming up on a tunnel. We'll need to split up until we reach the exit. There's more to Belkin technology than just UAVs. Faking IFF designations for one was an astonishing feat. They used it to make drones that resembled Osean fighters. And then to assassinate Harley and put the blame on enemy fighters. But in the end, Belkin technology brought chaos to the field.
I can't believe Lucy is responsible for Harley's assassination.
You talking politics? That's new.
Can't ignore a story like that, right, Trigger?
Thunderbolt, so be it!
Bad news. Hostile armored forces outside of the tunnel. I'm thinking that we should go say hi before they ruin the general's day.
Missile. Missile.
Locked on. Go down.
Missile. Missile.
Strider 1, missile away.
Listen up. From here on out, all aircraft are prohibited from taking off.
Missile. 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 Missile! Don't let it touch you!
We're taking heavy fire. Concentrate your fire on the combat vehicle.
Strider 1, target acquired. Hostile lockout, you Strider 1.
Missile.
We were nearly done for. I couldn't have asked for better timing. Nice. Glad to see the Oseans attacking the radicals. Maybe we should join up with them. It's getting rid of those assholes faster.
Regionalism is part of the infighting within these groups.
The industrial
Alright.
zone. They should be the new rendezvous point. The coordinates are up ahead. Take out any enemies in the surrounding area.
Wilco.
Oh, God, this guy's actually
Officers
not.
from countries annexed by Erusia have taken multiple groups and declared independence.
Unknown aircraft approaching.
Missile.
It's Erusian military.
We'll keep fire for the next half hour. Then we'll take back the city from the scoundrels who call us rebels.
Missile.
Glad we waited. Don't worry, we won't let anybody through after you.
Almost at the rendezvous. Leave the rear to the others. Understood.
The radicals truly believe boosting drone productions will make up for our losses. They should be taking responsibility for the capital's fall, but instead they're prolonging the war. That is why proper conservatives like myself are moving to regain control. If all goes well, we should be able to sign a truce with Osea quickly. There's the chopper too.
Alright.
Who do we turn to in this darkest hour? We need a beacon of light to show us the way. This is the Erusian News Network.
Okay, let's go. We're getting out of here. I've had just about enough of this place.
I mean, this plane looks great, let's be honest.
My thanks to the LRSSG.
I mean, I absolutely love it. You can say that American supercarriers are currently Hornets' nests?
Multiple unidentified aircraft approaching.
So, hello.
This plane is carrying civilians. We have escort fighters, but we do not intend to engage in combat. Please stand down.
That's an A400M, I think.
What's going on?
Try to get a little closer. Weapon use is prohibited.
What's going on? Dr. Schroeder!
Whoa. There's a girl on board?
Well, yeah,
He's
there's
not lying about
probably
carrying
like
civilians.
3 of them.
No. Unless she's a soldier.
Weapon use is prohibited. We've checked footage. It does seem to be a transport with escorts.
I repeat, this craft is carrying civilians. We are not here to fight.
Dr. Schroeder, tell me what's happening.
I'm sure I don't need to remind you, but do not attack the civilian liaison.
That's the aircraft my grandfather told me about. The one with the scratches.
There it is. The EASA liaison plane. They engage in witchcraft with Belkin technology. They're responsible for leading the military down the wrong path.
Wait. Unknown's attacking the girl's plane.
Alma, hold on tight.
Lancaster, permission to engage.
Negative.
What?
They could be Osean fighters. ID them ASAP.
Shit.
That's all we can do.
Ah! Come on. ID. Ah, this takes forever.
ID complete. They're Erusian fighters. What the hell is going on?
Stay sharp.
Uh-huh.
Right. I'm shooting him down. Any complaints?
Granted.
Wilco.
Fox 2.
Wilco.
Oh, for the love of God. Come on.
Kill the bandit.
A YF-23. Yeah, that was the competition plane to the Black Widow. I actually saw one. You can see one, really just for anyone. I suppose it's for any foreigners that might be interested. If you go to the Air Force Museum in Dayton, Ohio,
Bandit destroyed. Well done.
they have a hangar of all of the previous Air Force Ones, which is pretty cool. But they also have a hangar for experimental planes,
All hostile aircraft
which
eliminated. The liaison
the
is
Black
safe.
Widow was one of them, and there's several other like military-esque experimental planes.
The drive. They're missing the drive.
I'm
You gotta
getting
be kidding me. Liaison escorts are radar locked. They're targeting you guys.
What the hell? We were just helping them.
Erusian aircraft, this is AWACS Lancaster. Do not engage the liaison. Break off now.
Can you hear me on this channel, Osean craft? Those escort aircraft are drones. They are currently being operated autonomously. They are not being controlled by anyone. They are flying on their own volition.
What?
In that case, we have no choice but to shoot the aircraft down.
Unfortunately, yes.
We did what we could. Weapons free. You are cleared to attack the escort.
Wilco. Understood.
Wilco.
Oh, right.
You can abort the MQ-89 launch. Our commands are overridden.
Rider 1, target eliminated.
They must be accessing it remotely. Which unit is behind this?
Hey, it's not our fault they won't listen to reason. Why build something like that? Whoever did is the king of all dumbasses.
To build something else entirely.
Additional hostiles inbound. Great timing.
Son of a bitch.
The escort must have used its remote activation rights to gain more allies. Clever.
Behind the enemy.
Fox 2.
Oh,
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
I'm aware of that.
Gun range.
Not bad at all, Trigger. Strider 3, Launching missile.
5 bandits remaining.
Oh, I knew I saved these fuckers for an excellent moment, you know what I mean? Sounds are just
Try to run, that's what I like to see. Another story to tell my boy.
Alright, they got out.
Understood.
Skybox is pretty cool. And then this is kind of what the city sort of looks like from up here.
Mission complete.
Yeah.
All hostiles, huh?
General, the Osean aircraft is here to pick us up. The approaching Osean aircraft.
Losing his army? Elaborate. They stole our sealed orders. It should be a piece of cake.
Were you sent by the General Staff Office? No, we'd like you to send... I can't!
Oh boy.
There are 3 scratches.
What does that mean?
The tail of that plane.
Well, the tail of that plane. I was originally in sort of prison. If you know what I mean. Oh man, I can't wait to eat more of that roast. Boy, I seriously, I don't know if it's just an American thing if we use slow cookers, but believe me when I say this.
In order to respond to the attack on the base,
Anyone out in the world, maybe the Canadians. I haven't really been to Canada all that significantly, so
Oh, and Labarth is dead. What did you say? Apparently,
Yeah.
he was shot down by another Osean aircraft after he left the area of operations.
that
I
sucks.
mean, I know it was chaos, but still.
But
any rate,
I highly
sealed
suggest
order
trying
operations
cooking
come
in a
to a
slow
close.
cooker.
We have no
Especially
idea
if you have
about
like a
that
large
waiting.
chunk of meat
All we can
of
do
any
now is to
kind.
watch our own backs.
You could probably make a
with the
cake in
commander?
one, to be
Staying
honest.
in his room. He's still alive,
But
since we can hear him crying.
yeah, rank A. I got some points. I mean, slow cooker stuff is absolutely amazing. It's really
The
good.
island we went to was supposed to have been secured by the ground forces. They hadn't gotten a handle on things by the time we got there, so now we were stuck in the middle of a half-assed campaign. My job was to get the planes ready for combat, making repairs and handing them over to our troop of cons. Thing is, the enemy still had the hangars. The comms were still down, so none of us knew what the hell was going on. The last transmission I heard before everything went to shit was that some prisoners from an Osean military penal unit rioted and managed to escape. They stole some jets and now they were flying around, taking out their former allies left and right.
That
I wonder
sucks.
if any units like ours were out here, creeping around. Hearing the Osean jets firing at each other overhead chipped away at morale. Since the radio was out, it was quiet. I liked it better that way. All I heard was the gunfire. Here we were, walking around carrying rifles. We were pilots, damn it. Friendly fire will probably kill us. You know things are desperate when the guards that used to lock us into solitary are now telling us it's better we all stick together.
Yeah, I
guess they
agree.
Surviving this war are
Also,
better than
another thing with slow cookers, when your meat, whatever you're doing, in this case I think I had a beef roast, what will happen is, after a while, it'll smell up your house. I have a technically 3-story if you count the basement, but which is where I'm in. but
They led us to a cliff.
as soon as I opened the main door that was behind my sort of screen door, it's like a security door kind of a thing, I smelled everything. It was great.
Never really suited to being the king. Was killed.
So, yeah.
To be flown out of the war zone to safety, but the plane was shot down by rebels. The entire crew was killed in the crash. Soldiers appeared and one shot at me. My dog went after him and shot him to pieces.
That's sad.
He was my best friend.
Yeah, my cats are my best
After all those
friends.
speeches I gave about working together for peace, I thought everyone felt the same as I did.
Again, I did turn the music off in the settings, but some parts of this game I can't turn them off, so...
More soldiers have come. Now, there is no one left to protect me. I am so numb, I cannot move.
Almost sounds like she's reading a
I
poem.
watch as one of their dogs approaches. It sniffs mournfully at my dead friend. I wonder if it grieves
Color of
him
your
as much
shirt,
as I do.
favorite KFC item, battery percentage is your next gamer tag.
I can barely
So,
think.
the color of my shirt is blue. My favorite KFC item is the $5 Philip box.
The water they gave me.
My battery percentage is 95% on my phone, so that's...
How long have you been here?
Okay, so that's...
Somehow, I muster the courage to answer the woman's question. I tell her
Blue.
I've been here 3 days. Gather
$5
around me with grim looks on their faces.
Philip.
What would they do if they knew I was the Erusian princess?
95. Blue $5 Philip 95. I really do like the $5 Philip box. It is probably one of
This is an air-to-ground tactical radio.
the best things around.
Still works.
So you don't eat it all the time, but if you just need something quick, it's usually 1 or 2 pieces of chicken, a couple of sides, and a biscuit. Oh my god, fresh biscuits. Just out of the oven. I'm going on a whole food thing. I do apologize for that. But I'll be honest, fresh biscuits, they're all flaky, and butter melts really nice. You don't want to overdo it with the butter because then it kind of overdoes what the biscuit is, basically. But oh my god, it's like a fresh croissant. Yes, I say it that way. I'm not French. I believe the French have their way of saying it. We have Americans have their way of saying it. Everybody has their way of saying it. But oh man. I'm trying to think here. What else is good? Cookies. Cookies are great. Right out. You kind of want them to like cool down a bit so they are crunchy, but still fresh out of the oven. Sometimes soft cookies are also really good, but again, it's a heat thing. So you don't really want them to be so hot you can't touch them. But oh my god, that would be great. Soft cookies, my friend.
Before the start of the war.
So
The Count says his previous squadron took part in an operation to seize control of the island. It has the only base that will get us to the space elevator without refueling. It's also a transport facility for supply ships that provide drones and ammo for arsenal birds. For the Osean forces that are looking to reclaim the space elevator, those are 2 great reasons in its favor. If everything went according to plan, the base may already be in Allied hands when we get there. Though based on what Count told me about the island operation, it won't be easy to seize control.
If the ground troops have managed to open the bridgehead, the transport route to Osea for supply ships should be available.
With so much at stake, I can't imagine Erusia just giving it up without a fight. Things could really have gone
well,
bad.
Even if there are enemies
Erusian forces that are there, because nobody can contact each other.
With that look on your face, Trigger, I know exactly what you want to do.
I want to eat that roast. That's what I want to do.
Then so am I.
Damn straight. We're with you, Trigger.
It's decided then. Let's get all the aircraft and haul ass to Tyler Island. Although we can avoid the Arsenal Bird's anti-air network,
I'm gonna be buying when I have money for it. I have to save for it, but it's not too difficult to do. There's this NZXT Pro build. Well, I don't know if it's Pro. I know they have a Pro streamer version, but it's water cooled. But I'm not doing the water cooling. It's not that I don't fully trust it, and I feel maintenance wise, it's too much of a pain in the ass. So again, I'm gonna switch it, I think, with a Noctua heatsink. I was gonna go with an NHD 15, but I'm looking at the case and I'm like, I'm looking at that case and I'm just like, I know it'll fit by putting it in, but closing the glass panel, you know, the side panel and everything, I wonder if it's like, will we be able to close that on top of that? So, which is why I want to get this horizontal Cooler Master case, if you know what I mean. I need to get some compressed air to like clean dust off of the fans of my current PC, as well as the filter. But every few weeks I gotta look into that, because there's a filter on the bottom, and I currently have the vast majority of my gaming PC, which is what I'm streaming from. I'm sure there's ground attack capability. If that's the case, then I'm just...
Okay, enough talk.
Yes, enough talk. Nobody knows. Chances are, though, there probably is ground attack capability stuff. So I might go F-35. Oh yeah, I forgot this was a thing. The Rafale M, made by, I believe, Dassault Aviation. The French, which is you can buy this as a foreign nation, this plane, but the French use it as a carrier-borne fighter. I believe the French Air Force uses them as well, but I know the French Navy uses them too. And fun fact, the French are actually the only other nation outside of the US to have a nuclear carrier and a carrier that has, because I think they only have one, a carrier that has catapults. So that's pretty fun. 8 AGMs! Yeah, we need to do a part. I'm not a fan that they kind of sequester some of the parts, ramjet propulsion, into multiplayer only. I mean, how often are people actually going to play multiplayer? I've played it a few times and it's, you know, okay. But again, it's more onboard self-defense jammer. Let's do that one. It's again, nobody really plays it. Even when this game did launch, it was difficult to get into a multiplayer game. Let's see. And no change. No change. No change. The one thing I did like about Ace Combat Assault Horizon was the... oh god, what was it? I think it was the fact you could kind of paint your plane the way you want. You could kind of do a custom skin. Gargoyle, low V. Golem. And Terry's squadron. Right. Akula. I think that might be an Assault Horizon reference. Reaper. The Ridgebacks from Infinity, which they should have just like allowed you to play the single player mode, and that's that. Yeah. Okay, so we have some US skins, arrows, which there's also Ace Combat Infinity, 3 Strikes, Nugget, Some bird stuff from the 25th anniversary and a bunch of numbers. Harukaze team. What is... From the magnificent Kotobuki. I gotta look that up. I love some, like, Area 88 stuff. Like a modern Area 88 game. I saw the anime kind of after the fact. The Ridgebacks. The Butterfly Master. That's also Ace Combat Infinity. RIP. I think we'll go with this. Because I think this was an Ace Combat 1. So we'll go with... Assault Horizon. Oh, that's Assault Horizon Legacy, but I never actually played that. I think that was a DS game. Joint Assault. Assault Horizon. Warwolf. What was this? There's like all these ones that I don't know have existed. North Osea Grunder Industries. Why not? You know, we're fighting the Belkans, technically.
Strider Squadron, sortie ASAP.
Their technology always causes problems. After all, they did kind of nuke a border around them. I think that was from Ace Combat 0, actually. And you kind of see this. The sequel to 0 was Ace Combat 5, which I have that one as well. That was actually, I think, my third Ace Combat game. Oh, that looks cool. The Grunder Industries logo, which I think was formerly the South Belkan Munitions Factory.
Something's not right. Tango 2-3, we don't have the firepower to assist you. You're on your own. Please, we need help.
Wagtail is on the Ocean landing ship. What's going on? What did you say?
Multiple bogies inbound. Damn it. Prepare for anti-air combat.
Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
This is the AWACS Lancaster. The aircrafts in your area belong to the LRSSG.
Allied aircraft. A retreating vehicle is taking fire. Requesting assistance.
Roger. ID complete. Strider 1, target destroyed.
I think we should just do standard missiles for the time being.
Strider 1, Fox 2. Update us on Tyler Island.
Couldn't be worse. Our forces are scattered and on the run.
They're on the run?
We were waiting for retreating units here to carry them out to safety. Do me a favor, Lancaster. Many of our allies are cut off. They need support and an escape route.
Understood. We'll do what we can.
So we're gonna have to do the, oh boy.
Let's help retreating Ocean forces. Take out any hostiles in their area. Don't engage till targets are ID'd.
The boots on the ground don't need more people shooting at them.
Thanks. It's absolute chaos out there. The Erusians are even starting to fight amongst themselves.
Well, now we know what's going on, but shit.
Try to save your ammo. Lure him in and then fire at once.
Strider 1, target acquired.
Trigger has destroyed the target.
Strider 1, we've identified the unknown targets.
Yeah.
Jesus, they're firing at each other. Is this the norm around here? It's all crazy people.
We're in the middle of a mission to take back the mass driver. The supply ship is a munitions depot. It's highly combustible.
The body's dead today. I don't think they were part of the fight. If that, they're all lined up. No, they are not combatants. Some of them aren't even wearing shoes. I can guess what happened here, but I really don't want to think about it. Damn those Russian bastards! He's a blatant war crime! Take photos for evidence.
Our tank commander's down! Taking fire! We're pinned down!
I just got the photographs. We'll head back to HQ soon.
Ah!
Don't let them in. Send them away. I have a solid block. Go with us. The enemy APC from there. Reform the ring.
No pursuit too deep. We just need to buy some time. We're gonna pay until Operation Feeding Time. Move them away from the masked driver.
Warning, enemy has a beat on you.
Please kill him.
Missile away.
Help me! Gather all the wounded together.
This independent special security squad. Mapping to be better. Shit. Now we can do some real dirty work.
ID complete.
Oh, well, I didn't get that one.
UAV confirmed destroyed.
Can you hear us? We're taking fire from multiple enemy tanks.
Target is down.
I count 12 dead bodies here. They seem to be upper middle class. The spaceport's nearby, so they could be researchers and their families. Most likely, they were involved with Belka.
Rendezvous? We don't even know where we are.
Oh boy, was that lucky.
It's the Osean military.
Don't they know they're on the same side?
We'll be firing at each other.
This is AWACS Longcaster. We're uploading the latest ID data. Check your TAC terminal.
Hold your fire! Confirmed. The info is from an allied AWAC. Hold your fire! Roger. But what are we supposed to believe? Who should we follow?
You guys got out alive. You have time to figure it out. Wait. Multiple bogies from the east.
Their timing tells me they're not here to bring good news.
We need to ID the bogies. Take them down if they're hostile.
Understood.
Bogies inbound. Escort fighters, we're counting on you. Should we fire? Even if we're not fired upon? Of course. Chase off the bogies! There's no way they're ours! Almost there. Commence Operation No Return! These are unguided. Stay on course.
Strider Squadron, you're near an armada of bogies. Identify them.
They're getting there first, my friend.
Strider 1, missile launched.
Identification complete. It's Erusian bombers and their escorts.
Count's prophecy has come true. Take out all bombers, or they'll flatten our allies.
Yeah, well, flatten their own people too. By the thing, well, by the sound of it, you know.
Maybe they know they can't. We're gonna drop them all. Trigger, boss, get over here quick.
Unrelated co-conspirators also have much to answer for it. Grenade locked on.
But they're conservatives. I mean,
Roger, enemy has a lock on you.
I placed up. My plane is heavy.
no.
Launch control, this is flight leader. All systems ready. We are a go for launch.
Fox 2.
This is launch control. The enemy is closing. Confirm launch readiness.
Affirmative. This is our last chance for Operation Feeding Time.
Launch control. Roger that.
The bombers are nearing the island. We're running out of time. Only half the bombers remain. We can't let even one get away.
Come on. Ah. It was in the clouds. Alright. Now, I can, like, use these with impunity. Come on!
Strata 1, target acquired. More bombers approaching. Intercept them now.
Oh.
Missile.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Caution. Heads up. These reinforcements are elite.
Destroyed. Strata 1, missile launched.
Locked on.
Intercept those bombers.
Alright.
We're outnumbered and we'll be surrounded.
The bombers are about to reach the island. Shoot them down.
I dealt with it.
All enemy bombers have been destroyed. We did it. Continue with your mission.
Touch 2.
I hope the rebels and Ocean Army end up wiping each other out.
We're taking heavy damage. Our only ally is the Russian government forces. Don't mistake them for rebels.
Missile.
Vehicle confirmed destroyed.
Thanks. But will we make it in time?
Sure.
A landing ship is waiting for you.
Right, we leave the wounded. This will guarantee us a one-way ticket to hell. Pretty sure we're there already.
Oh.
All aircraft, search every nook of the island. We're not leaving anyone behind.
Missile. Missile.
Alright.
Missile.
Can't we flank the enemy and strike them from behind?
Target acquired.
Get in the landing craft! Many thanks, Lancaster. We didn't have to leave our boys to die.
Missile.
Understood.
An explosion inside. Send you the countdown.
Watch it. Enemy has a lock on you.
Supply ship. Do the countdown. There's still one arsenal bird left. If we can fill it full of bombs, then Aruzia will have a fighting chance. Use cameras to track the supply ships. Don't fight with your backs to the supply ship. If you take, we're done for.
Hostile confirmed destroyed.
Hey you, dumbass with the scratches on his tail. You hear me? I need you to help some people. There's a group of refugees surrounded by Russian tanks right here. Needless to say, their future's not looking too bright.
This is a secure military line. Who is this?
The lady that fixes your shit.
You can call me the Scrap Queen.
Lancaster, she's an ally. Trigger and I'd know that voice anywhere.
That voice. So you're still breathing, Sir Count.
Here, let me have a word. Hey, it's been a while. I had a feeling the two of you were still alive.
Tabloid.
Stick with Trigger and you'll make it.
I have a bit of intel for you. We'll share it if you can help those refugees. Count me in.
That's right.
Echo 13. All hostiles are down.
Understood. This is our last chance. We'll see how far we can go.
We've destroyed all of the targets. All bogies should be ID'd now. Mission complete. Okay, Scrap Queen. Send us the target coordinates.
I was thinking about how I'd do that.
Don't you have a laser target indicator?
Why would she...
Use the smoke canister. And who's taking this to the enemy's doorstep? Not me. Wait, you moron! Wait! What are you doing, dumbass?
Can you imagine if this was like a cutscene?
Here! Attack right here!
Lancaster, we've confirmed the location of the flare.
That's them. All aircraft, we just updated your threat matrix via data link. Take out those targets.
Don't miss. We don't want to hit the pretty ladies down there.
Missile.
Hurry.
Missile.
Target acquired.
Missile. Missile.
scrap.
Missile away.
Everyone knows it. No other reason.
Missile.
And
That takes care of them. No civilian casualties. Nice going. Do you hear the singing?
Beginning terminal countdown. Pressure stable. Cooling system is on.
Lancaster, a promise is a promise. Here's the intel. I heard it from an Erusian soldier that defected. The supply ships will be launched soon.
Yeah, that is valuable information.
That doesn't sound good.
But can it be trusted?
Not sure. Heard it from a man who said he wanted to atone for his sins. Up to you to trust him or not.
Understood. Good luck.
Releasing safety. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5.
okay. These look like the they're not like the ones from 5, but they're similar.
The supply ships have been launched from the mass drive.
Oh, this must be that one mission I was talking about, but not known. It's been again, it's been a while since I've played it, so.
We have no choice but to take down the supply ships before they can get.
I mean, I could have had SAMs, you know, semi-active air-to-air missiles.
3 minutes to the enemy's air defense network. All aircraft remain on high alert.
Yep.
Bandits incoming on radar. You're gonna have to forget about them for now and focus on destroying that supply ship first.
Oh, clouds.
If the supply ship get too far away, we'll never be able to catch it.
Come on.
The supply ship's in the clouds. We can't find it.
Come on, kill it. Kill it.
Did you see that explosion? Looks like that's one of them down.
Remember, there are 2 supply ships out there. Hurry up and shoot the other one down. We've recalculated the remaining time. Fox 2.
And explosion.
Hope you're all enjoying the pretty fireworks. This thing had any windows, we could have seen it for ourselves. Nice work, team.
Yay. Because of here we go, the turbulence. Because of the
Who's the girl that ran at the tanks with the smoke canister? A few more crazies like her and life down there may have been a tad bit easier.
because of the difficulty I'm playing at, actually, oh god, I think the lightning won't affect me, but on other difficulties what will happen is when it hits you, your HUD fucks up, your plane's kind of free-falling for a little bit, but it reactivates, so there's that. I will have to go to the bathroom, so there will be a BRB after the cutscene and everything, so... Alright. Alright, there we go. And I might get some food, too, so it might be a little while. I'll try not to be too long. If anyone ever watches the exported stream of this,
everyone's here.
You should
not to mention saving the refugees.
Just skip past the BRB section.
We're in no position to start celebrating.
Yeah.
Even the commander here is starting to fray from the stress. Can't say I blame him. Now, Tyler Island is in a state of complete anarchy. This base isn't safe either. The faces you see around you are the only friends we've got. Take a good look.
Alright, rank A. We'll go with the cutscene and then I will leave from there
We found a boat,
to
then
do
sailed away
business.
from the island. We had to. We didn't belong there. The new guy's name was George. I noticed when the anarchist said his name, he said it with a thick Belkan accent. How did you know that he was from Belka?
Well, both my parents were from Belka, so...
You never told me that. They say that Belkans are known for their conspiracies.
That's just a stereotype. Now, I simply stated my honest opinion and was thrown in jail for it.
The princess sat there looking miserable. That was a dumbass stunt she pulled back there, but it got us on this boat.
Okay.
Take a look at that. This ship is heading for a single rope that's hanging down from the sky. Do you know
Think
how
about
far
it.
the
That's
end of
really
that
what a
rope is?
space elevator is. Question is, though,
Outer space.
how do you keep it standing?
No.
Because, like,
It is a direct
with wind and whatnot, you know, how do you keep the damn thing somewhat rigid?
It's my strong belief that the rope might be connected to a very distant, faraway source of great conflict and strife. Even long before the war, the whole world started falling apart once Harling began trying to build it. I often wonder what was going through Harling's mind when he was trying to destroy the very thing that so many people were sacrificed in order to create.
Sacrificed? What do you mean?
Have you seen all of those countless old space shuttles on Tyler Island that are no longer in use?
Yeah. I always thought of them as a good source of scrap. They're an obsolete technology that was abandoned during the construction of the space elevator. Which would mean that if the space elevator was destroyed, it would be that much harder for mankind to reach the stars. Until we find another way.
Well, there's always rockets
But even then,
and mass drivers.
Harling still
I
went ahead
mean,
and tried to
the
destroy
thing with mass drivers is, and even in Ace Combat 5, this was sort of the case. The aircraft in question couldn't go into space. I mean, if you snap a big enough booster, you probably could go into space just off of a mass driver. The mass driver itself would need to be
fly his ship into the tower
exceptionally
in order to
powerful and be massive, like even more massive than what Ace Combat sort of implies their size is, if you know what I mean. So
It's reasonable to believe that Harling had both options before him.
When it comes to which one you think he took, I guess it's like a mirror.
Yes, it is. It's like a mirror looking into your own soul, based on whichever choice you believe it was. At the moment, I can only see darkness. I think that thing should be destroyed.
Lost Kingdom.
It's time for the briefing. Although, since we don't have any contact with HQ, it's not like this is an official mission. Anyway, it looks like the seizure of Tyler Island and the relief from Osea have been postponed. In the meantime, we just have to do what we can to survive. Since losing its capital city of Ferbanti, Erusian forces have separated into smaller, autonomous factions. It looks like Erusia's largest force and leading faction will pass through the area around this base. The space elevator is significant to them, so they're probably heading there.
Should we intercept?
Why? I doubt they're going to start a fight now.
Our top priority should be to get home. Let's go already.
Yeah. It's not like we have the supplies, power, or even a real reason to put up a fight. But what are we going to do if they bring the fight to us? We need to be ready to push them back. If we head inland from here towards Erusea, there's an old castle that's been converted into a stockpiling base. Shalaji Castle. It's currently occupied by some of the Erusian forces that broke off, but we need ammo and fuel. They appear to have converted a freeway into a runway, so we can expect them to have the capacity for air combat. But they'll be easier to handle than Erusea's lead faction. Well, we can't use all our aircraft to attack. The transport carrying the stolen supplies needs support. Okay, Strider Squadron. You head out first and neuter the dogs at the stockpiling base.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Rendezvous with Cyclops Squadron.
As this kinda might fly the XO2 for this. Just because.
Sounds good.
It's also kind of the plane that the man himself flies, so yeah, that's gonna be it for the time being. I will be back, obviously. I just have to get some food and I have to go to the bathroom. So BRB. Alright. Bathroom is dealt with. So it's primarily air to ground. I have to check something first. Okay. So you have that. I have food as well, so if I didn't mention that before. Is there a skin? Glowing skin. Well, that's a bit too much. I'll just go with that one. Most of the skins for this game look the same anyway, unless it's a DLC skin or a sort of like one from a previous game.
No Osean forces are in the region ahead. No allies here. No need to ID your target.
Yay!
We've set a number of priority targets, focusing on their anti-aircraft weaponry. Okay, team, get to work.
Unidentified aircraft, not sure if friend or foe. Fire anyway. We don't have time to be wondering if they're friendlies or not.
So, you capture this base and take the fuel and supplies. That's the plan, right, Trigger?
Yep.
Take if you want to live. That's how it was where I grew up.
I was just double-checking mission orders, Hushin. Target destroyed by Strider 1.
Our anti-air guns are destroyed. Abandon and fall back to our rear position. Retreat!
Oh, crap. I forgot to go. Be right back. I apologize. Please feel free to chastise me a little bit.
They don't appear to be military. They're Erusian refugees. They must be fleeing since the conflict got worse.
Unidentified aircraft. Identify at once or they'll open fire.
What are you talking about? They already are firing on us. The enemy's confused.
I know. Our anti-aircraft weaponry is down by 30%. Why are they attacking this base? Why aren't our planes up in the air? We're all out of ammo. Don't give up. We're not going to lose our country again.
Confirmed destroyed.
So what's this faction split from the Erusian military?
The autonomous state of Shalaji used to be a nation. The region has always leaned towards independence.
Those who want to restore their homelands flock to it. Apparently, their core consists of officers from Vaslij, which neighbored Shalaji.
Are they our enemies?
They're our enemy's enemy, but not our friends.
The resistance is strong. They seem pretty desperate.
Friendly lost. Right, breaking away.
Strider 1,
there we go.
They have 4 aircraft. More planes incoming. Fire more missiles.
Missile.
Hurry up with takeoff prep.
Strider 1, target
Lost us. We're unable to use the SAMs. Help me!
We're coming up on the castle. Let's hurry up and capture this base so we can get its fuel and supplies. Shit!
I feel like we're a group of burglars.
Don't say that. This is for our survival.
Yeah, I know.
That's Shalaji Castle.
There aren't that many. Take them down. People looking into our scouts. Take in both civilians and refugees without discrimination. Get away from the stone building and take shelter somewhere sturdier or underground. Drop where you are and cover your head if you hear jet engines.
Missile.
avoid the tent.
Missile.
Just how much do they want to take from us?
Yeah, they can go on ahead without me.
We still have plenty of missiles left, and the launcher is toast. Please, somebody answer us! We've lost more than half of our forces. The battle won't last much longer. Let them have our lives. As long as our nation stands, the young will carry on. Their warehouse is filled with ammunition. Sam is out. We're running out of ways to strike back.
New hostiles. All aircraft confirmed.
This town is of high cultural value. It's unfortunate we had to bomb it like we did.
We do what we need to survive, right?
Not something I'll tell my son about.
Cancel takeoff. Soul Squadron, stand by.
Negative. This battle's over if we don't get up there. Along with hope of restoration. Don't worry. As long as we accelerate inside the tunnel, the enemies will shoot us down that easily.
The interceptors are in the air.
Oh.
Getting to takeoff speed inside the tunnel is insane.
Soul Squadron, airborne. Keep incoming out of our skies. Good luck, Soul Squadron.
Understood. You are in violation of Shiraji airspace. Turn around or we'll be forced to shoot you down.
This is the Osean Long Range Strategic Strike Group. Land immediately and hand over your planes and base to us.
You must be the snowbirds. It's absurd for you to be talking so tough.
Oh.
You bastard. You defile this country. As long as you're here, this country will never know peace. Shit. I'm out. Ejecting. I hope he's okay. Bailing out under those conditions. I can see his parachute. Let's break and exit to safety.
3 to go. Don't let them work together. Back up trigger.
Wilco. Righto.
Damn. We can't even last long enough to buy ourselves some time. Roseman hit. He's ejected.
Whoa.
As expected, but a lucky shot would be boring.
Some kind of energy weapon. No, it's a railgun.
Strider 1, you have a bogey approaching at high speed. Bearing 090, straight from the east.
Up, here we go.
High-speed projectile launch from enemy aircraft.
I'm testing this aircraft. You must find your own sky.
We can still help you.
Don't waste your life. Dedicated to reclaiming that which you call home. Furthermore, you must find someone to guide you. I am not that person.
Missiles everywhere.
Hey, look at the color of that flame. Damn, that's the flames of hell. Time for payback.
Negative. It's no good. I can't get close enough.
Leave it to Trigger, and the rest of us will just get in the way. The rest form a perimeter to catch whatever slips through. Wilco, might just cost us our lives.
Hit on unidentified aircraft. The enemy's mobility is still unfazed. Keep up the attack.
No.
Hit. Are you all right?
He's flying, but if he takes another hit, it's a miracle you're not in a million pieces.
Unidentified aircraft. Land your plane and surrender. Why do you feel the need to continue fighting on your own?
That's funny. It seems like one of your pilots is also fighting alone.
He's not alone. Look around you.
I see. Perhaps it would have been best to entrust the future to pilots like that. Let me test him then, to see if he's truly worthy.
Someone to guide us. Wait, I can't think of anyone other than you.
Missile away.
We need to get our behind Tommy something. Drone fighters don't belong in the blue. They have no place in the cosmos of the skies.
Yeah, I agree with that statement.
If we slid you to Air
damage even when he's hit. Keep firing those missiles until you blow him to pieces.
This weapon is not enough to take down 3 strikes. This aircraft is my body. If they are not enough, then I must put my soul into it. There are pilots like you in every generation, and I've felled every last one of them.
Strider 1 scored another hit.
He's still flying, but his plane's been damaged. Finish him off, Trigger.
Missile.
Strider 1, Fox 2.
Yay! At 99% damage. How awesome.
Trigger has splashed a bandit.
I like that reversed variable swept wing. Like it's partial delta and... Time to take a bite of a sandwich.
Just so I can keep my wings. Put a stop to the drone production.
Is this a message to Trigger? What does it mean?
I don't think this war is over just because we shot down Mr. X. Yeah, it's gonna take something else entirely to end this thing. I just don't know what.
Well, I'm back, obviously. I didn't want you to hear my chewing sounds.
The resupply went well. We should be okay on food and fuel reserves for a little while at least. Luckily, the rumor that the Erusian army is advancing nearby is only a rumor. There's no sign of them from the skies. Rumors, rumors, rumors. This is what happens when you lose communications. But we got one good fact. The plane Trigger shot down was an advanced model of the X-02 Wyvern. It was developed in the last Continental War. Erusia had a lot up their sleeves. Apparently, they were even supposed to have Belkin aircraft back in the First War. What if Trigger couldn't shoot it down? Just thinking about it gives me chills. I'm lucky to be here. In war, you never know what's lurking behind the curtains. But it looks like everything's loose now. A solid chain of command, rest periods after sorties, a battlefield where you know friend from foe.
Yeah.
All of that's gone now, lost in a fog of confusion. Feels like a distant dream. Now, just how the hell are we gonna get out of this mess?
No, rank S. Look at that. Okay. We're very much nearing the end.
When we got to the mainland, we found the space elevator's support facility. I guess this was the factory where they built the gigantic structure the elevator traveled in. There was this little girl sitting in front of a mural. When the princess saw her, she shuddered like she'd seen a ghost. The girl had a stuffed animal. This was the day after the shit went down at Tyler Island. She walked right up to the princess, took her hand, and led her into the factory. One thing's for sure, they knew each other. The factory had been converted to a production line for Erusian drones. It was fully automated and chugging along, making drone after drone after drone. Once they got inside, the princess stopped and just stood there. Another girl was there with a man in a lab coat. He was trying to use his keyboard, but she wouldn't let him. She took a data chip and threw it on the ground. Then she walked over to us and took the gun from the prison guard's holster. She pulled the trigger and destroyed the chip. Later, I found out that the girl with the gun and the one with the stuffed animal were sisters. They were also the granddaughters of Mihai A. Shalaji, the legendary pilot. Gramps used to talk about him. He said Mihai was the top ace from 2 wars ago.
North Ossia Grunder Industries.
And they love to stir shit up. Pitting nations against other nations is a particular favorite of theirs, along with developing hyper-advanced technology.
That's right. I'm Belkan, born and raised. My country is gone now. Rather than surrender to its enemy, Belka detonated 7 nuclear weapons on its own soil. My people scattered around the globe, living in the shadows of other
I thought it was still kinda there.
Wars. The theory was that through war, we
like,
could achieve our destiny.
In Zero, it was still a thing. Or something.
I finished inputting Mihai's data when his granddaughter came in. She destroyed the only copy I had of the information I squeezed out of him. The girl loved Mihai. No one knew more than her just how hard I pushed her grandfather for that data, how much I made him sacrifice in the process. I promised his granddaughters that his efforts were not in vain, that it could end this terrible war. But in the end, it only caused more chaos and despair. We were responsible for all this damage, all this tragedy. Now, we were going to pay for it. The Erusians, once our allies, would see to that. I had lost the drive to continue my work, even before I noticed Mihai's granddaughters eyeing me with suspicion that one day. I should have stopped then, for all our sakes. Mihai's granddaughter tossed the gun aside. She said if she resorted to killing, she'd just end up like the rest of us. And by us, she meant everyone, including the princess. Like me, the princess was afraid to look into the girl's eyes. She knew that by encouraging her people, she kept the war going. Mihai and his granddaughter were victims of it, and now, they too were paying the price.
Is this for Belka? Or for Erusea? My grandfather had only one wish, to continue soaring through the endless skies. That was the only place where he felt alive. But I don't even have a country to call home, let alone the sky. The Black Forest, the lake, they are no longer mine. Even though those lands were once cherished by my late mother. We have to learn to put that sense of nostalgia behind us and behave like mature adults.
My homeland. She's right. It feels so far away now. The woman with the rifle approached me. She was focused on more pressing issues.
I checked the computer. All of the data on the legendary Ace had already been installed.
No, I pulled it before it was completed. However, there are 2 aircraft that are already scheduled to be manufactured based on that data.
We must destroy the factory.
This isn't the only one. There are more facilities just like it, and the 2 planes containing the data will be manufactured at one of those facilities.
So, this place runs on solar power that the space elevator generates, right? How about the others? We can destroy the space elevator and cut the power to them. First things first, let's take this one out.
I'll show you which locations to target.
Thinking about that mural by the factory.
Another thing, in a couple of days, 2 games, Star Trek games. There was a major event for that recently, some time ago. A bunch of old Star Trek games were ported to modern modern PC. I would love it if they did console too. But that would, some would be probably easier to do than others. So it's Star Trek's Armada 1 and 2, so they're strategy games that kind of play like, and I think they came before, Empire at War, if you've ever played that. There's Elite Force, which is an FPS game. And then...
I wonder.
Yes?
Fuck, what else is there? There's like an XCOM-like, which will probably shaft me like every game like that does. You know, with the hit probabilities. You have to get ungodly close to playing that, you know, to an enemy in order to hit something, most of the time. There's a couple of others.
Just let us go home.
There's no path for us to get home. Whatever direction you fly, it'll be right into a hail of enemy fire. Earlier, we received a communication via the partially restored General Network. Here is what it contained. Apparently, the Erusian radicals have gathered around the space elevator, as it's a source of energy. Give the warmongers a powerful energy source, and you give them the luxury to keep on fighting. In response to this, people from both Osea and Erusia have joined forces, and will take down the final Arsenal bird in a saturation attack from the air and the sea.
Oh boy, this mission. I'm probably just gonna end it after the cutscene.
Has the source been verified?
Just because I want to eat this food before it gets too cold, if you know what I mean. So...
Hey, if you want to bring the world back from the brink, go to the lighthouse. You can see the future there.
Dumbass?
Sounds familiar.
Certainly does. It's from those guys we met in Tyler Island, the 444 Squadron. It's a message to all those looking to end the war, but I also think it's a message for Trigger.
I guess we'll do what it says.
Okay. Well then, I'm thinking we go roast that damn bird.
Looks like we're all on the same page. It's time to end this war.
Yeah, why not?
Time to fly, guys. Let's go
get
that Arsenal bird.
Wednesday is when we're doing this particular mission. So, that's going to be it. I'll probably focus on some sort of air-to-air mission specifically. I might do the Gripen. Maybe? You know? So that's that. I'm going to eat. It's 7:20. So it's not late. It's late-ish. But you got my point, I hope. So there's that. See you Wednesday. Should be 5:30. I'll try to aim for that basic time frame. And that's going to be it.